Other interesting political news, you have the ATF trying to hide their DEI as they change the job titles on their website. Now, this comes with things to end wokeness. Now, that being said, hopefully they just disband the ATF because they're unconstitutional trash, but that's just me. Now, end wokeness says, quote, the ATF was just caught rebranding their chief diversity officer to chief officer to circumvent President Trump's order. Time to clean house, all of it, unquote. Which, yep. And here she is. Not to be cliche, but it's not a white guy. So it's a large African-American woman named Lisa Boykin, which, Boykin? that's such a lame name. It's almost as lame as a name like Topping. Oh, wait, I partially digress. Now, prior her job title was Chief Diversity Officer. Yes, it's very important in the job of disarming Americans. And now, that was her prior role. Now, same picture. Now her title is Senior Executive, which I cannot wait for Vivek to go in the room with all these folks and just pull up the chair with Elon Musk and go, what would you say you do around here? How do you make this organization more efficient? How do you decrease costs? How do you increase efficiency? How do you increase the quality of service to the consumer, the American public? What do you say you do around here? I can't but think you'd have a lot of long, awkward, pregnant pauses as a lot of public officials and public employees would not be able to say anything. And these are more viral than anything End Wokeness has said this year. I think getting 4.8 million views and 81,000 likes. Now, one of the first comments comes from Elon Musk saying, quote, should the ATF even exist? Why not just merge it with the DEA? Getting 16,000 likes. Or, this is America. Why don't we just get rid of the ATF? We're supposed to have the Second Amendment for a reason. And yet we still, again, Republicans let me down left and right. They have narrowly, but they do have the House, the Senate, and the White House repeal the NFA Act in 1934. Get off your keisters and do it. Again, it's the reason why if your state allows it, you can still buy a short-barreled rifle, short-barreled shotgun, machine gun, destructive device. However, you have to pay a $200 tax stamp to the U.S. Treasury Department. Thank God inflation helped us out that one time because that's about $4,000 now compared to the $200 it was passed in 1934. You also had to do additional paperwork and wait. Usually the paperwork process for an individual takes between a couple of weeks, but for a trust it takes between 6 to 8 months. And of course, you have to pay sales tax on top of that, even more egregious. Yeah, repeal that. And also you can buy new machine guns because thanks to Reagan signing that law, if you want a machine gun, it has to be manufactured and registered with the U.S. government before 1986, which is why they're so absorbently expensive and not affordable for a vast majority of Americans. And the AR-15 full auto that is called transferable. Again, you can buy with the proper paperwork in most of the states because they had to be registered and manufactured before 1986. Cost around $30,000. As opposed to a nice AR-15, it's about $1,000. Let's say you add a couple $100 for the full auto sear. It should not cost $30,000, but because of supply and demand of the law, that's how it is. So yeah, come on, Trump, get rid of the NFA Act in 1934. That is what gun owners have been salivating for and calling for decades. Republicans always say they're pro-gun. Show us. We've had some good things passed. Constitutional carry is great. That's mostly on a state level. And there's been some good things. But again, keep pushing because it seems like we lose a lot of gun rights throughout our lifetime, unfortunately. Now, you also got Gunther Eagleman say, quote, time to fire her, getting 1.5 thousand likes, which I'd love to hear, what she, this is. Base Electrician also says, my suggestion to the ATF, before and after, and the before is the org chart with the diversity gal and all the other employees, and the after is just a blank page, which, yeah, I'll give him a like for that, definitely. Absolutely. Cool Christian Engineer, A+ Marketing, you know what he's up to. He says, quote, the ATF rebranding to avoid Trump's order is a blatant attempt to dodge accountability, unquote, gained 432 likes, which, again, I'm not too surprised. Most public employees, accountability is like, almost like splashing water upon the wicked witch of the West. They want to avoid it at all cost. Paul Zupa says, defund the ATF, getting 567 likes, which begs the question, how much do we waste on that right now? My ADHD knows no bounds. Though, if you like these types of tangents, let me know in the comments. I'm going to ask the Grok or Grok, as they say on the Twitter or X, how much do we spend on the ATF? Which, how much do you pay for tyranny? What? We wasted $1.6 billion in 2023 taking rights away from Americans. $1.6 billion. Now, it looks like Biden proposed a budget for 2024 of $1.9 billion. Well, that's the last cost we have on record is $1.6 billion. Working to disarm law-abiding Americans and kill some of them in the cases of Waco and Ruby Ridge. Disgusting. Wall Street Apes also says the ATF is the biggest bunch of losers in America. Imagine working to regulate firearms in the country with the Second Amendment. A bunch of clowns about the ATF getting 4.7 thousand likes, which, yeah, they should not exist. So we'll see if anyone at the ATF is held accountable. Lord knows it'd be the first time for them. But yeah, you're going to see a lot of these type of government employees rebranding, trying to acquiesce and hide from the truth. And yeah, we'll see how many of them are actually fired. If anything, you should actually fire, I'm not sure, the web developer who's ever in charge of updating the website, who's partially trying to, hide these type of data. I think they should all be fired, but they should be at the very least. Let me know, do you think we'll see other government departments do the same thing, try to hire their DEI hires? Let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so you can click that button. I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.